Hello again, YouTube. Plain old Chuck back here again in my hidey hole. Just going to go outside and do something, but it's really too hot for me out there. I really don't know how you southern boys endure these temperatures. It's only in the 90s here and it feels like it's intolerable for me. But I'll sneak back here and try something a little different this time. Maybe. We'll see if we can get our Transia going, and maybe make us something to drink, something warm. Getting a little ahead of myself. I was going to do something bushcrafty and get a fire going with my ferro rod, but nothing works out the way I plan it. It's been the story of my life recently. Set this on there and see if we can get her to bloom. While our water's heating up. I did find my little leather hoopy-doo. Of course, after I made a couple more yesterday. You see what we get. Not really into coffee today. I had my 13 cups this morning. We'll see what else we have in here. We have a bunch of tea, some creamer, some sugar. How about some Swiss Miss cocoa? Nice hot chocolate on a hot day. Now I'm sort of inviting. I was going to show, I made these quite a few years ago. It's like an infinity match, but they're a little different. They're not near as good as Robert's, which is probably why I quit using them. But they work well. I just have jute twine braided and dipped in wax and put in this little brass tube. So we'll try and see if we can't light, or even though we're not having coffee, see what we can do. This is a $1273 228H. Was unfired until yesterday. I did light it up yesterday for a few minutes, and I decided maybe I'll try her out in here today. I think I left her on a little too long there. Got a little woof and a little bit of wax on the globe. I turned the stand upside down on this Trangia because I was planning on using a cup, which I still may. And the pot stand wasn't narrow enough for the thing. So this will give me a better idea of what 8 ounces of water is. Hopefully we can get this to bloom. When it does bloom, I'll bring you back. There she goes. There she's a-going now. If we don't put it out with the pot. Been meaning to clean this bench up just a wee bit. truly getting to be a mess down here again. Had it cleaned up once. I have this little Vivitar. It's kind of a generic GoPro, and I can't seem to figure it out. I've had it for a year or two now, and I've never gotten a good video out of it yet. For one thing, the screen stays on for about maybe a minute, maybe two, and then it goes black. Well, then you don't know if it's recording or not, and more times than often it's not. So I always try to set up my Canon just in case. I would like to think that I could maybe someday, maybe I'll actually get the directions out sometime and read how it's supposed to be operated, because I certainly haven't figured it out. Let's stick it up here. And see if it records anything at all. Well, I'm definitely not a fan of this Trangia. Ouch. Seems very hot. Doesn't seem to be doing anything in the pot though. This may be the most delayed cup of hot chocolate I ever had. I could have taken one of my 502s here, or my 1951, or a 33, or several propane ones, and probably been drinking already. But I like to give everybody a fair chance. I did dig out a new mantle for the Tilly that I had, so if I ever do get a drink here, maybe I'll get her out and put a new mantle on her and see how she does. The other day when I tried it, I told you it was burning just about half of the mantle. Well, after I shut it down and got to looking, I took the globe off and stuff, and it was the bottom of the mantle was kind of all wadded up in a little knot down there for some reason, and I think that could have been part of the problem. So we're going to put a new one on her and try it and see what happens, and maybe I'll show it off in another video with it actually running. That would be cute. I do have a video. I think it's called Tilly's First Startup. When I first got it, redid it, and put new seals and everything in it, and it lit and burned really well. But then I let it set, and from what I'm told by someone that really knows kerosene lanterns, that they do take a little bit more maintenance and stuff, so I'll have to be more mindful of that and maybe I'll clean the generator and such and put a new mantle on her and give her another shot. I'm not liking this deal. Let's see what we can find here. One with no fuel. That's not going to do us any good. I'll leave him out to fix that situation. Let's see who's next. Don't take any preheat for that one, very little. This particular stove was gifted to me by Steve Winkleman at one of the outings. Beautiful little stove. Really disappointed in this. This went out again. It possibly had too much fuel in it. But it did bloom, so. This one's got it bubbling already. I guess I need to up my rotation on these stoves and give them a little more exercise. I do use the 502s. I have 3 of them, and I do rotate them and use them a good bit, like when I'm out at the camper and stuff. But these other ones I seldom use. I guess I should start. And we're boiling. May take a little extra mix. With the dry mixed chocolate. It's definitely going to take a little more cool down. And there we have it. Didn't take long at all once we put the big guy on it. That's kind of pleasant for a change. There you have it. Fail with one stove. Fail with one empty stove. And success with the big boy. So what's next? Maybe one of the 502s I'll do next with the Tilly hanging. And then I have a J.C. Higgins propane 2-burner that needs exercised a little bit, so maybe I'll do up some breakfast or something one time when I can get outside. I don't want to do it down here. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to have a hot chocolate. Catch y'all later. Y'all be good, kind to one another, and we'll catch you on the next one.